For years, Kent, you've been asking, when can I get on the show? And it seemed like this episode, Supper Club Spectacular, was the perfect fit for you.
Well, first off, eating and drinking, this was made for me. I mean, this was a job made for me. I've been doing Mediacom now for 12, 13 years in the sportscasting, and every time I see that Travel to Tri-State promo, I am so jealous, and I've always commented on it, and you finally invited me, and I thank you for that.
Oh,
Nate, this is a great thing.
You are 100% welcome. I'm glad we got a couple of old-fashioned. We got this is a stuffed mushroom appetizer. I'm going to dig into this as
Let's
well.
make sure we can see those pretty things
Beautiful.
right there.
Beautiful.
Well, you know, anytime you come to a supper club, Nate, you got to order the old fashions. Let's do a toast first off right there, the old fashions.
It's a fun, it's boozy, but it's sweet. It's a nice semi-sweet booze.
Right, and you know, you go to, the fun thing about supper clubs is you go to different supper clubs and you order old fashions. And of course you can order brandy, you order Southern Comfort, you order whiskey. Now I like mine with the whiskey.
You like whiskey?
Yeah, whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
But all of them have a certain slant to them. But they're a little sweet. You can order them sweet. You can order them with soda. I just like the regular with the whiskey. And this is a nice one here at Timmerman's. I've gone here since I was just a little kid. And
little baby Kent.
Well, I don't know about baby Kent, you know, and never little. But certainly, you know, even driving from Dubuque to Illinois, and anytime you pass this, it's the sign. I remember as little Kent, I remember there were two signs on a bluff. It was the Hollywood sign and it was the Timmerman's Supper Club sign. So I always would look, where's that Timmerman's Supper Club sign? You know, so I always have that vivid memory. And it's coming here as a kid with my parents and family for big gatherings. So I always have fond memories of coming to Timmerman's all the time. And I can remember in the early 70s and 80s seeing the original owners, Helen Timmerman, seeing her in her big flowing dresses and bouffant hairdo, and I remember people pointing that out, that's the owner. That's the owner, right? And so I just have such fond memories of coming to Timmerman's, and always a great experience every time. Like I just came here a couple of weeks ago with my in-laws and my wife. Yeah.
One of the things I love for a very long time is finding those places where time's kind of forgotten about. You know, it is. You do walk into Timmerman's here, and it does feel completely different.
It's that steadiness and consistency. You know what you're going to get, right? And there's a place for like going to different restaurants, and they change the menu maybe every season, and I like that too. I like that variety. But when you come to a supper club, you know what the menu is. You know what you want. You know how it's going to taste. You know what you're going to get. And there's something to be said for that, and I enjoy that as well.
Yeah, you're going to get bold cocktails. You're going to get big,
bold,
big,
I like that.
Heaping servings of food, and also a certain mom and pop atmosphere that you're not going to see at any kind of chain restaurant.
Yeah. Kind of the pretentiousness is kind of set aside, isn't it? Right.
Right.
Yeah, and I like that part of it too.
It's classy, not pretentious.
Yeah, and I love that. And speaking of that, how about these mushrooms? Non-pretentious, just good hardiness, little good meaty mushroom to it. And you like that. I like that what word you use is bold. That just good hardiness to it too. These are delicious. What did you got? You got the brandy, right?
I got the brandy here. You got the whiskey?
Got the whiskey.
Fantastic.
What are we going for next?
That's a great question. Ken, I'm glad that you stopped.
Oh, man.
And I appreciate all of you guys. Go out, find a good supper club. Visit one of these 3 locations today, certainly. But have an old fashioned while you're there, all right? I'm Nathan Ripperger. Thanks for traveling the Tri-States.